Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video prediction for UFC 154, which is going to be November 17th. We're finally going to get to see the matchup between George St. Pierre and Carlos Condit. So we've been waiting for this for a really long time. The last time George St. Pierre fought was, let's see, April 17th, 2011. So it's been like a year and a half since he fought. And the last time Carlos Condit fought was February of this year, so about 8 months or so. It's a really long time for both guys to take off. Carlos Condit waiting for GSP to get back, and GSP being off for that long. That's the longest he's been off in his UFC career. He's never been off that long consecutively with that kind of a break. So it'll be kind of interesting to see if GSP comes back and is looking just like the old GSP because of that ACL tear. He did have a long time off, though, so hopefully he was able to rehab it, get it back to 90% or 100% or whatever. Will probably never be 100%, but at least we can get it up to 90, so it starts feeling better to the point where it doesn't affect his fighting style, so he can still shoot in with as much power and speed, because obviously his nickname being Rush, that ACL is really damn important when you're talking speed, and his takedowns, insanely quick, insanely fast. So that's a big part of his fighting style. If that gets mucked up at all, he could have trouble staying at the top for the rest of his career. Plus, he has been at the top for a really, really long time now, ever since Matt Serra knocked him out, which that was kind of a fluky knockout. GSP said that he wasn't really training that much before it, and he kind of underestimated him, and so it kind of seemed more like that was GSP just being kind of careless and not really taking it seriously. And it seems like he learned his lesson. So I don't think here we're going to see him hold back at all. I think he's going to be disciplined and go 100% through his training to try to get back in shape and come out and beat Carlos. But I think the matchup we all really want to see is GSP against Nick Diaz. Carlos Condit, I don't really think he has what it takes to beat GSP as long as GSP comes out 100% or at least close to it. I think either way we're going to see a decision in this fight. I don't think one fighter is going to knock the other out. I don't think George is going to get knocked out, and I don't think Carlos will either. So, being that it's going to be a decision, GSP's obviously got the advantage in the wrestling. As long as his leg isn't, messed up at all, he should be able to take Carlos Condit down at least a couple times around, and as a result, probably score a decision victory here. I'm not expecting this to be an amazing fighter by any means or anything. I'm thinking it'll probably be just, interesting, but at the same time, really us just waiting and hoping that Nick Diaz will get a shot against GSP, because that's a fun fight to see. And you think Nick almost might be able to get inside his head and his boxing and everything. But Carlos, on the other hand, I just don't know. I mean, it's possible Carlos could tire GSP out, because he's so skinny, and we kind of saw that against Nick as well. That Carlos's endurance is just as good as Nick's, if not better, and also that he really sticks to a game plan. Even though it was a really boring fight to see and none of us really liked it, he did stick to his game plan, and he did get a victory for the fight, even though it was a terrible fight, horrendous fight, type of thing you wouldn't really want to see again. I haven't rewatched it after the initial, just checking to see who won, really, and counting the points. So I guess what I'm doing is, for this prediction, I am still picking GSP to take it by a decision by taking Carlos down, and I'm not expecting it to be any kind of exciting fight or to see really any fireworks. GSP will probably use his jab to offset the takedowns as he usually does, and I don't expect Carlos to land too much. This is all, of course, predicting that GSP's ACL will be at least at 90%. So that he'll be able to fight with his regular fighting style. Because, as fighters get old and stuff, they start getting injuries, and it can really muck up their fighting style. Like Tito Ortiz is a great example of that. When he started having trouble with his neck, after he had those surgeries and all that, he was never the same fighter again. His takedowns never looked the same. He was never able to, take guys down at will like he used to be able to. And that could have just been everyone getting better. But I think, too, when you get injuries like that, it can really change your fighting style, and you can have to, especially with a wrestler, you get something wrong with your neck, you kind of have to adjust and switch styles a little bit. With GSP, again, the ACL, he would have to switch his style quite a bit. So hopefully it'll be all right. So yeah, I hope GSP wins it, and I hope that Nick Diaz gets the next shot. I don't even care if Nick Diaz doesn't even fight anybody else. Like, they were talking about him and Josh Koscheck going at it, within the next few months, and then maybe the winner of that getting GSP. But I don't want to see Koscheck fighting GSP again. And, I mean, there's a chance if those two fought that Koscheck could just win a decision by taking Nick down and holding him there. And that's not really that exciting either. So I'd rather just see Nick get the next shot and just have it be a huge fight and be done with it if GSP beats Carlos. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about the matchup. Are you still picking GSP after his huge layoff? Ring rust could be a factor. And what do you think about the prospect of Nick Diaz fighting GSP next? Or if not, who do you think Nick Diaz should fight? Anyway, that's it for this video. It's Trev, saying peace, guys.